Men of Reddit, what's the biggest I'm a princess red flag? Over the winter I worked with a girl who would say to everyone girls hate me because I'm cute and steal their boyfriend. I tried to avoid her after that. Girls hate you because you're a bee. When her mother says, boys just flock around her like bees around honey, she agrees with a big smile. Respect for her autistic brother responding with, you mean like flies around crap? Savage. I was dating this girl that absolutely loved KFC's fried chicken. While she was in the shower one time, I decided to run to KFC and surprise her with a quick little meal. I did not get mashed potatoes. Never really cared for their take on mashed taters. She threw me out upon finding out there were no mashed potatoes. Threw me out. Hey OP, for all you know, she'd recently had a bad experience with a guy who didn't know what a potato was. Talks about how much she hates the $200 marble iPhone case her mom bought her. Constantly calls her brand new MacBook Pro a pose just because she doesn't know how to use it, then proceeds to throw it around and drop it all the time. Breaks the $200 marble iPhone case. Excited when mom buys her a new one. Yeah, I didn't stick around. Refusing to do something on the grounds that she's too good for it. Not taking out the garbage, cleaning a bathtub, whatever. Nobody is too good to be humble and helpful. Anyone who thinks they are is in butthole. A girl that was in my friend's group got really angry when I talked about potentially moving houses and I said that I would ask everyone including her for some help, pizzas and beer guaranteed. OFC. She ain't batshit crazy about how girls do not do these kind of things and it's rude to even think about asking her. The other girls were livid. Referring to herself as a princess, or I can really be a diva, but cutesy smirk. Gotta love me number. No I do not. The only time gotta love me is acceptable for anyone to say is if they're a baby pink dinosaur. After going out a few times, woman, man, I've gone so overboard spending lately. Hey, can you take care of my credit card debt for me? Me, silent, looking at her oddly trying to decide if this is a bad joke. Woman, I mean, you could be a sugar daddy, couldn't you? Me, number, I'm not that old yet nor wealthy, and I wouldn't be even if I were. Woman, you don't want to be my sugar daddy? That was the end of that relationship. I could maybe be your aspartame daddy, that's about it. One of my best friends had a girlfriend once say she likes to have nicer things than other people, but doesn't want to work so he needs to have a good job. Same girl also said she should come before family and God. I'm not religious but that's still pretty nuts for people who are, which they were. I don't need money and expensive things to be happy. Sneezing into a Versace handkerchief. Throwing a tantrum and being pissed at your boyfriend for not proposing in the right way. Knew a girl who did this exact thing. We have a tradition at our university where you propose under this huge tree on campus. Only some people do it, not everyone. She literally threw a tantrum even though he planned a sweet proposal that would have pleased any other girl just because he didn't do it under the fricking tree. Edit. She was a graduate student and he was working. If you get to the point where you're proposing, you probably missed all the red flags. Any girl who blames their attitude actions on their zodiac sign. IDC if you're a Taurus Lexi, you're being a fricking bee. That's so Gemini of you. Ugh. Typical. Bet you can't handle me. B. Dating you shouldn't be a challenge. Frick out of here with that crap. Bet you can't handle me. I bet you can't handle yourself. This will be buried but it'll be good to get off my chest. I once dated a girl who had a dad that bought her everything. He made a lot of money and was really great at saving it. His life's mission was to use that money to buy his bitchy daughter's love. She was 22 and had her car paid for in full. Insurance, phone bill, rent-free living, yada yada. For her birthday every year she would get $1,000 in cash. I on the other hand was 23 at the time and paid for everything I owned. I had a crappier car than her because I paid for it myself. She would remind me often of how much better her car was. I paid for all my other expenses and bills. Then this insane thing happens. She gets a job at the bank I have all my acts at. She freaking looks up my bank account to see how much money I have. She tells me this and criticizes that I only have $XXXXAMT in the bank when she has $XXXXX in the bank and is so much better than me at saving money. I never once in our whole relationship brought up the money issue or how she didn't really work for what she had. This time though, I lost my freaking mind. I mentioned everything she had that she didn't pay for and explained that if it wasn't for daddy she would be a boulder 20k in debt. This blow up fight was the biggest I've had in any relationship. Our relationship ended there. I learned a valuable lesson here. Always date someone who has similar work ethic and financial goals as yourself. I realized that I always resented her and can admit I was jealous of her getting handed money. That's not right, nor is it healthy. I'm happily married to a very hard-working woman who will help me raise a hard-working child. Seriously had a coworker tell me, I don't know how you can wear clothes from Target. I only shop at Nordstrom. She was the definition of a princess. Freshman year of college during some gym elective I had this girl ask me where I got my shorts. I said Target. She then starts laughing about it to her friends right by me. It must be great to have nothing better to do than worry where a stranger gets their clothing from. XGF used to say she absolutely hated drama and wanted nothing to do with it when something happened at work, but drama seemed to follow her around everywhere. I quickly gathered that she was the cause and jumped the frick out of there. Stepson had a girlfriend who was peeved because he didn't buy her a 1-week anniversary gift. Run dude, run. That is just looking for an excuse to be mad. Was seeing a girl for a few months and I gave her something on Valentine's Day that read be my Valentine or some other variation. She responded with that's sweet but my daddy will always be my Valentine. She was in her second semester of law school and in her mid-20s, so that whole my daddy is the best man in the world thing was off-putting. She ended up being high maintenance and unpredictable. Bad combination. Whoa. Super cute as a child. Super cringy as a young adult. Way more focused on self than others, with a general disconnect to reality or what's going on in the immediate area around them. Always late herself, while constantly being impatient with others not working on her time frame. Always late herself, while constantly being impatient with others not working on her time frame. Frick, I'm a 27-year-old male princess. I declined to send a selfie and got to be fit on the first day of our texting as I skipped work to feverishly sleep through the flu. Honestly, I don't know if I can trust you. If you won't do such a simple thing, what if you abandon me in my hour of need in the airport or hospital? I can only groan so hard. My friend's sister calls herself Princess. First of all, she's really picky about food and never eat anything gross like chicken legs or wings. She once shed a freaking forced tear when she learned that the thing she was eating is chicken legs at the middle of buffet. We were in restaurant with my friend and she tags along. So when we asked her order, she just said that we should know her favorite foods since we have known her for so long. Not really. I just ordered her some burger meal and she threw a tantrum since she doesn't eat ketchup and I should have known this. Why the frick? We were in Burger King. She ended up clearing her whole meal straight to the floor and ordered salad. When she talks, she requires her boyfriend to pay her full attention. Looking away is not an option or he would disrespect her. Goes for coffee with someone. We should go see a movie. Sure thing. You're paying, right? I don't have any money. So I did. We walk past the snack bar and she goes and kicks up. Slightly confused, I stand in line with her. She orders what she wants and then looks at me. I chuckle, place my ticket on the counter and walk off and out the cinema. Had a girl recently say this: I'm a super nice and loyal girl. Unless you pee me off, then I become a psycho bee. I think that one is a pretty big red flag. This reminds me of some very good relationship advice. If someone tells you something about themselves, believe them. I hate drama. Daddy pays my cell phone bill. What's a car payment? You're paying for dinner, right? I get my nails done every week. My last BF drove a really expensive car here. If you can't handle me at, did I mention I hate drama? Anything regarding high maintenance. That's why I only have guy friends. I don't like cheap crap is always a dead giveaway. Also, mothers, and sometimes fathers depending on things. If your girl is BFFs with her mom, she'll end up like her in 20 years. It's like a freaking time capsule sometimes. My bro's wife is like this. The worst sign is when she's BFFs with her crazy witch mother, but only when they're apart. If they can't stand each other and argue all the time when they are together, but talk on the phone constantly when they're apart, run mother. The B is crazy. You can take it, your guy. My best friend's ex would literally shove him around without even warning him to vent her unrelated bad mood. Would be annoyed with his protests because she was significantly smaller than him and men can take it. Didn't change the fact that shoving someone into a wall or a chair literally just because you feel like it is as straightforward abusive as you can get. The entitlement of it all. When she complains about her parents on the first date, going on about her lines of succession and how they're always forcing her to marry a prince from another fiefdom. And how she just wants the title, but never even cleaned up after herself and makes her nasty stepsister do it all because she is pretty much an orphan now. Only real men need apply. Dating site profiles where she has 3 kids and is looking for a wallet eunuch father for them. Ha, you found my baby mama's dating profile. 2. I'll hit you with an obscure one. When a girl's role model is Audrey Hepburn. If the girl wants to be Audrey Hepburn, more power to her. Seems like she was a stand-up lady, but I've dated a few girls who wanted to be the people that Audrey Hepburn played in her movies, and that boded very poorly. The thing is, Audrey's characters are often fanciful and whimsical to the point of creating chaos in the lives of them men around them. They get away with their antics because they're charming characters and clearly wanted by the male leads. But honestly, if anyone acted like those characters in real life, they'd be red flag princesses. So yeah, that's my contribution to this thread. My brother's wife decided when she wanted to get engaged, designed and picked out her ring, and called my wife sobbing at 11 AM on the day he was supposed to propose. I think we are done. It was supposed to happen today. We agreed it would be today and I just can't wait anymore. They FaceTimed us at 3 PM and were engaged. Allowing you to pay for dang near everything when she has a perfectly good job. It's even worse when she makes more than you, or you're temporarily out of work. She knows it, and she still expects you to pay. I mean, at least offer, princess. Constantly taking out her cell phone while talking to you, interrupting you, doesn't stop talking about herself. Till one of my guy friends is a princess. I'm gonna start calling him that. The other day I was at a party with no separate bathrooms. I was waiting in line for like 10 minutes before a girl stumbled before me, right before I was to enter the place where the toilet was, and asks me if she can go before me, skipping me and everybody behind me because she has to pee. I replied me too, grabbed her by her arm, moved her sideways and proceeded to enter the place of salvation. Didn't mind being called a pig because it felt good. I'm pretty mature for my age. They never are. I hate drama. Proceeds to instigate and spread rumors. A lot of people have ugly babies but mine is like, actually adorable. I'm not going to say it's ugly but it looks like just the thousands of other babies I've seen. I can't stand working here. It's so stressful and the managers are buttholes. Loafs around on their phone. Shows up late. Doesn't want to help. Has a constantly abrasive attitude. Gets frustrated when they have to do actual work. Idolizes the Kardashians. Selfies for days. Says you can't handle them. Only puts their Insta handle on their Bumble profile. Drives drunk because they believe they're invincible. Have had a friend who totaled her car while drunk driving and still drinks until she's blackout drunk and says she won't stop when she gets a new car because nothing too bad happened to her. Expects to be spoiled at all times. Makes that face and tilts their head while trying to look cute for their Snapchat stories. Expects gifts for every small occasion or tiny argument. Has one of those little whiny dogs and dresses them up. Has an Instagram for their pet and gets mad if you don't follow them. Takes a million selfies until they get that one special shot right. Complains about their likes on Facebook Insta posts. Worries about their followers following ratio on Instagram. Won't let you see them without makeup. Puts on makeup to go to the gym. Takes a million selfies in front of the mirror at the gym. This counts for guys too. Dates older men for their money and shows off all of their newly acquired diamonds, vacations. Fake lips tea to the world and acts like they've earned it. Consoles you by talking about their own problems. is there for you during the rough times by being on Facebook the whole time and isn't interested in a thing you have to say, but you better be there for them when they need you or else. Showed this to the girlfriend and she said, I don't know why all these girls want to be princesses. I'm a freaking queen. MFW. Her. But that means you're king. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. What these people don't realize is that Marilyn Monroe, who coined the phrase, killed herself so even she couldn't handle herself at her worst. When I beat the crap out of a bunch of turtles, mushrooms, ghost, and a dinosaur, just to find out from your friend that your bee-butt is in another castle. Obligatory. I'm not a man, but a girl who dates girls. So I meet this girl on Tinder and she tells me she wants to go shopping with me. I'm like, great, I love shopping. So we meet up at this mall and she's wearing these blinged out, hot pink, cowboy boots. I'm surprised, but you know, whatever. We all make dumb fashion choices. I head towards the cheaper part of the mall, with the H&M and places I shop. And this girl, she goes nuts, grabs my arm, and drags me towards the designer section. We end up in a Coach store. This girl picks up the most hideous pair of purple flats I have seen in my life. She asks me if I like them, and I mumble sure. She asks if I'm sure and I shrug and say yeah. She then gets really close to me and says, so are you gonna buy them for me, in this baby voice. And I think she's joking, so I say, yeah, totally. It's only when she thanks me and heads for the register that I realize she is serious. I stop her and explain to her that I'm not buying her shoes. We just met, and I'm in my early 20s and broke as crap. This hoe starts tearing up, gives me puppy dog eyes and says I guess I'll put them back. The sales attendant comes over and asks if we need any help, and she tells her my girlfriend promised to buy me shoes and now she won't. I did what any sane person would do and just left. My wife is behaving like one at the moment. She wanted to go to Thailand for her 30th birthday and said that will be her birthday present. So we're over here and today is her birthday. She went and got a 3-hour spa and massage treatment and I looked at the shops while waiting. We get back to the hotel room and I pull a shirt out of my bag. She says, did you get another shirt? I said yeah. Then her response was, so did you get me anything for my birthday? And I put my hands out to say, all of this right now is your birthday present. She said, you're a bit of a CA and is now doing the silent treatment. She only ever wants to go out and eat food that's expensive, and gets mad if you try to take her out to get something that is convenient. I get mad when my boyfriend tries to feed me anything besides pizza. If she's constantly late to everything and doesn't see an issue with it, remember, a princess is never late, everyone else is just early. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Dead giveaway. Those girls' worst is usually something like trashing your car because she found a text from your sister and their best is making and a cooked chicken. My ex had princess as part of her screen name. Needless to say, she was a flat out psycho. Thought it was okay to flirt with men to get what she wanted, lies beyond belief, and had the most amazing knack for getting people on her side. After we split up, she went off the deep end and started drinking and popping prescription pills until she ran a guy over in the bike lane in California, dragging him for a quarter mile before making a U-turn and dislodging him. Guy survived. She got 4 years in prison. Got out a couple years ago and hasn't changed a bit. Oh, and still thinks she's a princess. I'm a female, but I can tell you one. Go look at someone's Pinterest page. That's where you'll find our dirty laundry, if we have any. Run the other way if you see these. I'm not pretty, smart or popular, but you should date me because I'll always be loyal. If you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Broken women are the best girlfriends, because we're grateful. In a field of roses, she is a wildflower. The broken will always be able to love harder than most. Once you've been in the dark, you learn to appreciate everything that shines. Any version of I want someone who loves me because I'm rude. Got fat and started wearing sweatpants and no makeup. Large amounts of quotes from Marilyn Monroe, Lindsay Lohan or Jennifer Love Hewitt. So me cards that call other women ugly or s. Broken women are the best girlfriends, because we're grateful. There is so much wrong with this statement. We were out Saint a cafe and she ordered a $12 pasta, to which she refused to eat because she thought it was a little cold. For the record, it wasn't. Offered to get it replaced but rejected that idea only to sit and stare at. Needless to say I never saw her again, haha. B. Eat your noodles. Self-identifying with obviously negative traits to try be cute, down to earth, etc. When really she wants to be exempt from criticism of her obvious flaws. Examples: I'm so stubborn, lol, I just need everything to go my way. I rely on my daddy too much. I'm an alcoholic, but you gotta live life right, guys. I get really moody, so you should be prepared for that. I'm just so difficult to deal with sometimes, but everyone loves me anyway. I can be a real B sometimes. I just say mean things about people behind their back, but that's me. Also, if she thinks perfectly good looking people are ugly, I heard this girl trash talk a couple I thought were really cute together and attractive. She was just picking apart every aspect of them for the sake of bitching. I suspect it was because she was a fashion elitist and thinks PPL who dress differently to her are ugly, and she needed to justify it. I wish both my brothers had the common sense you guys on this thread have. My brother's girlfriend once scraped her knee and required assistance from my older sister to bandage up the wound. When she wouldn't stop whining, my sister had to resort to pinching her lightly so she'd focus on a different pain. It was an issue for weeks. She wouldn't stop yelling. She pinched me. When my brother found out I was suicidal, he wanted to come home, but she said I was doing it for attention. I wasn't. I tried a few more times after that. Flash forward. Our entire family hasn't seen that brother in over 5 years. He is still with his girlfriend. He works all day. She stays at home in her palace of pettiness with her fur babies. My second brother's girlfriend put me in the hospital on my birthday. She's bullied our entire family for years and is insistent that we pay for everything and give her family properties to sell. When I confronted her about that later on, she said she and my brother came here to help, to offer our services and our intelligence, but we have her on tape asking for family property to sell because she needed the money. Other gems from her include: I hate men. I'm so sick and tired of men. Constant complaining and ceaseless whys when things aren't going her way or when she cannot understand another culture or another person. She's cold-hearted and she enjoys assaulting people and blames it on the culture where she's from. She has little empathy. She is aging like Senator Palpatine, and she's turning her toddler into a narcissist like her. God save him. Bonus quote: I'm going to be so rich someday I'll have my own helicopter for travel. I apologize for turning this thread into a shrink's office with my ranting. I'm honestly just heartbroken, and I would like to say, if a girl makes excuses for her behavior only to repeat it again, if she holds herself to a ridiculous degree of entitlement and never acknowledges her wrongs, if she twists every argument into your fault when it was mostly hers and demands that you need to improve, it's highly likely she may have narcissistic personality disorder. In which case, you need to get out and save yourself. GLHF in the dating cesspool, my friends. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.